Hi everybody. As you can see today, I'm in my classroom rather than in my shed, but I'm back again with another Latin video. I hope it's helpful. Okay, so this video is going to be all about adjectives. You might remember that we already met them in Lesson 8, Part 2, and we're going to start off with a quick recap of what we learned there. So, we've got the sentence, the fat cat sat on the flat mat. Cat and mat are nouns, sat is the verb, and fat and flat are our adjectives. Here's a Latin sentence. Caecilius est iratus, sed metella est laeta. Caecilius is angry, but metella is happy. The nouns being described by the adjectives have the same endings as the adjectives because our nouns are matching our adjectives. They go together. Iratus, caecilius, laeta, metella. Okay? Here's another one. Caecilius servos ignavos vituperat. Caecilius curses the lazy slaves. Look again. Servos and ignavos, they have matching endings because they're both masculine and they're both accusative and they're both plural. This principle is called agreement. The noun and the adjective agree. They're both the same case, the same gender, and the same number. That's singular or plural. So, here's a bit more on adjectives. There are two types of adjective. To give them their technical names, they're known as three termination adjectives and two termination adjectives. Now, termination basically means ending. So there's one type of adjectives that has three separate endings for feminine, masculine, and neuter. And the other type has two separate endings, one that's for feminine and masculine nouns, and the other for neuter ones. Okay? I've given you two examples underneath on this page. Bona, bonus, bonum is an example of a three-termination adjective. The a ending for feminine, the us ending for masculine, and the ending for neuter nouns. Tristis, on the other hand, well, tristis would describe a feminine or a masculine nominative singular noun. Triste is for a neuter noun. This table shows how these adjectives are formed in all of the cases that we've met so far. So nominative, accusative and dative, singular and plural, across all the genders. Have a good look and maybe consider making some notes or copying down the table. So as a reminder, adjectives agree or match with the nouns they describe. That means that they're the same case, the same gender and the same number. But because adjectives form in two different ways, they don't always have an ending that looks the same as the noun they describe. Okay, time to grab a pen and some paper or whatever you usually work with, and we'll look at some examples. So, here are some practice sentences. Have a go at translating these. Pause the video now. And here are your answers. Servus fessus laborare non vult. The tired slave does not want to work. Look at servus and fessus. Those are nice. They match together because you've got a three-termination adjective, fessus. Okay? Rufila used to live in a magnificent villa, or Rufila was living, habitabat imperfect. Villa and magnifica, matching endings. Again, it's a three-termination adjective, so it's well behaved. Let's look at the next one though. Number 3. The slaves handed over the money to their sad master. In this case, we've got domino, but we've got tristi, because tristi is one of these two termination adjectives. But domino and tristi are still both dative. The money's being handed over to the sad master. Number 4. Agricola fortis, mercatorem conspexit. Did you think that fortis went with mercatorem? The brave farmer caught sight of the merchant. Fortis and agricola are both nominative and singular and masculine. But fortis is a two-termination adjective. Moreover, agricola is first declension. It looks like it should be feminine, but it's not. Be careful with that one. I want to inspect the farm, shouts the noble master. Dominus nobilis doing the same thing as we had in number 3, where Domino and Tristi agreed but looked different. Number 6, Templa magna sunt in Britannia. Large temples are in Britain. Relatively straightforward. Templa and magna, matching endings as well as agreeing. Number 7, Bregans dicit vos laeti in villa laboratis ego in felix in fundo laboro. You happy people all work in the house. Unlucky me, I work on the farm. Notice how that vos and laeti agree with each other. They're both plural and nominative. And ego in felix agree with each other, both nominative and singular. And lastly, number 8, nos cenam ingentem in culina coquebamus. We were cooking a huge meal in the kitchen. Cenam ingentem. Okay, well, now we know how to define 2 and 3 termination adjectives, and hopefully we can explain the formation of adjectives of both of these types. So there we go. I hope that was helpful to you. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you thought this video was helpful, please do leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe so you can follow up with more Latin videos. Bye now.